Just sitting around. Well, I guess we're starting. Hey, everybody. Welcome, everybody out there in Titan Trivia Land, the landscape of the Titan Trivia universe. Welcome. This is another match that we have here in the crown jewel of the Titan Trivia season. This is Titan Mania 2, and this is a big deal. This is the situation. We have a Titan Geek Championship to get to. We have not crowned one yet. So this is going to be the first time that we have a Titan Geek champion, at least since I have been involved here within the league. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. I am joined by my co-host. You might have seen him if you had tuned into our free-for-all, but maybe you didn't because there was also a Schmodown draft that happened that night. Who knows? Either way, my co-host here, Madi. Madi, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm glad that we can get this match on the road. A championship match for geeks is one of my favorite things to watch, and now I get to be a part of it. Everyone knows I suck at trivia, so this is the closest I'm going to come to be that, like, holding that championship belt whenever it does arrive via USPS. But this is going to be an exciting match. I'm excited to see what these two competitors have for us. Although we do have three people on the screen other than the co-host. So why don't we start introducing them and find out who these strange people are?
Of course. And just to kind of piggyback on what you said, just getting sort of knowledge and championships by proxy, especially in the geek realm, I understand what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead and start interviewing our contestants before we do our introductions. We get into the rounds. We'll start with the person who actually brought some backup with her today. We have Andrea Malabag and her manager, Hunter Chambliss. Andrea, Hunter, this, I don't know if it is the first time that you've competed for a championship. That's kind of my guesstimate. I didn't do the background research because I'm a bad host, but that's okay. I'm here. I'm the host anyway, so that's what's going to happen. Andrea, Hunter, how are you feeling about your chances tonight? How are you feeling about competing for the first ever Titan Geek Championship?
Okay, this is my first time. This is my first time for a championship match. And I've been studying my weak points since January of this year. So I am actually prepared as I can be for this match. But then again, let's see what happens. But I'm not gonna easily let this opportunity slip.
Hunter, what sort of training regimens have you had Andrea go through? Are we talking about drinking non-cooked eggs in the morning? Are we talking about sensory deprivation? Are we talking about running up mountains and yelling Richard's name? What's going on?
Really just mock matches, getting her prepared, sending questions every day, making sure she's prepared for whatever questions gets asked tonight. But she is the assassin. She's coming in prepared, ready, and looking for the kill. Championship home to Hitman Industries.
Last question before I move on to your competitor. As the assassin, are we expecting any sort of violence, dead bodies, a little bit of blood spurt happening tonight?
Oh, a lot of blood. A lot of blood.
We wouldn't tell you anyway.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we wouldn't tell you, but I will say for everybody out there, maybe if you're in the splash zone, maybe put on a parka or something. Who knows? Either way, Andrea, Hunter, thank you for your thoughts. We will move ahead to the other side of the locker room, or the other locker room in this case, and we'll go to your competitor, Richard, Mr. Carefree Schwartz. Richard, I don't know if this is your first time competing in a particular championship. My assumption, well, actually, no. I know for a fact that you were team's champion in Jote for quite a while, so I will move past that. I assume it's your first championship, perhaps, in Geek. So how are you feeling this evening?
Feeling good. Yeah, I was teaming up. I was a team champion, though this is the league I know things about. I feel more confident than I did in teams, and I'm excited to be here. I'm the opposite of Andrea. I have not been studying because, I've been watching movies, but, there's only so much you can study for. My weakness will always be Star Wars because I hate Star Wars. But it's fine. I've seen enough. Hopefully I'll get questions I know. You know what you know. You know what you don't. Andrea is a great person. I know her. I know Hunter. It's going to be a great match. I'm going to do my best. But no matter what, when you're facing against me, it's always carefree. That's the way it got to be. Let's do this thing. And hopefully I don't disappoint people.
before you went for that, I was going to ask if we were going to get your motto, but
You
I should have
always get my
expected that you
motto.
would have done that. We always get it. So
Yeah.
I don't really think there's more to say. So, Medea, I'm going to go ahead and do the introductions, and we'll go ahead and get started with round one. What do you think?
I think that we should just get it started. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Introducing into the ring first, coming in with her manager, Hunter Chambliss. We have Andrea, the assassin, Malabag. Kill shots all around. And having that directed at her opponent. Also stepping into the ring, we have Mr. Carefree, Richard Schwartz.
I'm just an ass, not an assassin. Just an ass.
Oh. Well, we all are in some respect. So I can understand that.
Depends on
Well,
what
gentlemen and lady, thank you for joining us here in the Titan Geek Trivia landscape so we can get going. We can decide who's going to be the champion for this evening. I'm going to go ahead and take us through the rules here for round one. If you've ever played in any sort of movie trivia ever, in any capacity, then you sort of know what round one entails. It's going to be a little different. Maybe if you've played Geek Trivia here before. We're actually doing 10 different questions in 10 different geek categories. It's going to be a whiteboard pen and paper round. So once I ask a question to the competitors, they're going to write it down and display it. You're going to have 15 seconds to write down that answer and say it out loud. Once the countdown is up, please have pens up. And we do prefer to have hands on screen at all times. If you can get the question correct, you get 1 point. If you don't get it correct, you neither gain nor lose a point. There's no stealing around one. If anybody manages to get all 10 questions correct, they'll be allowed to answer a bonus question for an additional point. Please also note that you have 3 repeats to use throughout the match. You have a challenge if it comes up. Does anybody have any questions? Are we ready to proceed? Richard, are you ready to go?
We'll see. Yeah.
Andrea, are you prepared to battle?
Definitely. Yep, let's do it.
All right, well then let's kickstart those hearts into question one. Madi, would you like to do the odds or the evens?
I'll go with the odds.
You go with the odds, so you want to go ahead and get started with question one.
Let's do this. Question number 1 in the category of DC. What are Batman and Robin trying to steal from the Fortress of Solitude in the Lego Batman movie? You know this Batman character. I think he might stick around for a while. I don't know. He might be popular.
I was watching this trivia thing once where they were asked to list a bunch of the highest grossing movies that begin with the letter B, and neither team mentioned a Batman movie at all. And I was beside myself watching it. It was quite weird. Yeah, it was insane. But I do think, as you mentioned, Batman has some staying power.
I think so. I mean, I think he just turned 82. Something
God,
like that. So,
doing well for an 80-year-old. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We will start with Mr. Carefree.
I said the device that opens that portal thing.
And Andrea.
Yeah, I just said a necklace.
I don't think, Richard.
You can't accept mine. No, you can't accept it at all.
We were looking for
it's
the
technically-
Phantom Zone projector.
Yeah. Hold on, my camera went away. Give me a second.
No,
Okay.
you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
You were pretty close, though.
No, I couldn't remember the Phantom Zone. That's how bad.
So with that, no pressure of a perfect round. We'll go ahead into the second question for round 1, which in this case is going to be in the category of the Wizarding World. Who was chosen to complete the dragon task first in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire? I've never drunk it from a Goblet of Fire, but I imagine it pretty dangerous prospect.
A little bit. I've drank from a few goblets in my time. None of them have ever been on fire, but they were all dangerous in the first place.
When I was younger, I wanted a Little John goblet. It looked pretty cool.
I love John. That might be the safest way to drink.
Might be the safest way to go. Perhaps we've all chosen wisely with that one. Either way, 5,
Although you do tend to sweat in various.
4, 3, this is true. 2, 1. Pens down, everyone. We'll go ahead to Andrea to start.
Cedric Diggory.
And Richard.
I also said Cedric Diggory.
And you both would be correct. Cedric Diggory is the first person who completed the Dragon Task.
I almost doubted myself. It's like, is he?
Well, we all know Harry was the last one, so then it's just about picking
Yeah.
between the other
Yeah,
three.
that's the most important.
No one cares about
I don't know
Harry.
True, nobody cares. All right, Medea,
Wait,
go ahead and
third.
hit him with question 3.
Now on the board with 1 point each. Question 3 comes in Richard's favorite category of Star Wars. On which planet does the Resistance keep their base of operations in Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker?
I went and saw
A
this
lot of-
twice in the theaters.
So did I.
Yeah,
Both
I
times IMAX in the same theater.
Oh, nice. I saw it with my wife, and then I saw all these Star Wars movies with my father. So when we went and visited my family, I was like, we have to go see it. And I went and took my sister's kids, and they were incredibly bored by it.
I went opening night because I had to, and then I went 3 days later because my girlfriend had finally decided that she was going to watch The Last Jedi the day before we went, so she could finally understand what was going on.
My dad didn't watch The Last Jedi, so I tried to catch him up before the opening credits. It was quite a scene. Either way, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Mr. Carefree, we'll go to you first.
I was gonna say a joke answer. I just went Dantooine. No.
It's kind of a
No, but my joke answer was Alderaan.
Oh, well, yeah. No. more of a joke answer. Andrea, what do you have?
That movie is. I hate that movie with a passion. I don't have any answer.
I don't like it very much either, but the answer we were looking for is Ajon Kloss.
Do they mention it in the movie?
It's, well,
Because I feel
think they
like
did.
I don't.
Other than
I
the
almost
first
want to.
times I saw it, which was like a full year and a bit ago, I haven't seen it since. So I
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna tell
I
you. We
bel-
both got it wrong anyway, but still.
yeah, I believe they mention it one time, but I don't think it's heavily known. But
Okay.
either way, we'll go into question 4. We still have a tied game 1-1. As we get into the category of the worlds of DC or the DCEU or everything that's not a before the time DC movie. The question: how does Jonathan Kent die in Man of Steel?
Man of Steel is a viciously underrated movie.
I
time people-
see it every so often, and I don't mind it as much each time.
Really, I really liked it. I feel like a lot of people just like kind of go, it's Superman, and then kind of ignore it.
That's kind of how I treat it too. So I'm in that majority, I guess.
There you go.
But we don't want to besmirch Smith and Schuster, who created. I think that's who created. I could be wrong. Superman comics way back in the day. I think it was Smith and Schuster.
The comics.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day. We don't want to besmirch their name, so we'll just go ahead and do a countdown of 5, 4,
I cannot spell.
2, 1. Pens down. Andrew, we go to you first.
Yeah, I just wrote he was shot.
No.
And Richard.
He gets caught in a tornado.
That is the correct answer. Yes, he was swept up in a tornado. So with that, Richard draws first blood, which is ironic because Andrea is the assassin. But either way, Richard goes up 2-1 as we get into question 5. Medea.
Which is in the category of vehicles, weapons, tech, and magical objects. So, pretty
Star
straightforward.
Wars. Okay.
What was the ancient and deadly bioweapon that Krall was looking for throughout the majority of Star Trek Beyond? Are they making another Star Trek movie in that universe, or is it
Paramount, right? Just announced that they were going to do a new one, but I'm
no.
very disappointed because I was really holding out hope for the Tarantino one, the rated R one.
Tarantino one would be great. Tarantino,
So disappointing.
but yeah.
Paramount's making all this money from Paramount Plus. Just let it happen, Paramount. Jesus God. Either way, I don't want to riff too much about how much I love Tarantino because this is a heat match, mind you. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, everybody. And Richard, we go to you first.
I have the orb of the little people alien things didn't want.
You're circling the drain of what the correct answer is, Andrea.
Was it the Abranath?
That is the correct answer. We're looking for the Abernath. So with that, Andrew goes ahead and ties it up. And we go into the sixth question here, tied 2-2. Your sixth question, everyone, is in the category of the MCU, or as someone who I know on another stream likes to label it as the McCoo. Your question: which month's Maxim cover model did Tony have a scheduling conflict with, as he stated to the soldiers at the beginning of Iron Man?
This is a deep cut question.
Yeah, I wanted to throw this in because I felt like some of the other questions were a little too on the surface.
Fair enough. Also, a problem that I wish I had, like scheduling conflicts with
Maxim cover models.
This is
Maxim's
not a round one question. I'm just saying.
I didn't write. Blame.
I know.
No, you can blame
complaining.
me. Blame me for this one. I wrote it.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's like, dang, that's a tough round one question.
Yep. I vacillate. I can't pinpoint it. I never locked on with my targeting computer, so to speak. I turned it off.
Oh shit.
Either way, my problems with writing questions aside, we'll go into the count. 5, 4.
I'm probably wrong.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, and Andrew will start with you first.
Was it December?
And Richard.
Well, I also said December. I just didn't think that was right.
December were twins. That made up for it, but the correct answer was March.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys did focus on
How
one of the months
dare
that was
you
actually
not.
mentioned. It was just the wrong one.
How dare
For a
you?
second, I was thinking the twins were out, but I was thinking June because of Gemini. That's where I thought I was wrong, but I said December sounded right.
It's a fair point. All right, Mehdi, hit him with the seventh question.
Question 7 in the category of Star Trek. Where do Kirk and Spock go to meet George and Gracie the whales and Dr. Gillian Taylor in Star Trek The Voyage Home? Now, we want the specific location, not just the city that they landed in.
Yeah. Man.
Forgot space whales.
Oh, man. I watched something
What
where they were debating like the worst Star Trek plot, and they talked about this one, and I was like,
Wait, are you asking for where they first meet the whales, or where they meet to bring them back to the ship?
no, where they meet the whales
Where they
themselves.
Oh, okay.
And I disagreed with the person who chose Star Trek 4.
Really?
I do like this one.
You like
You know,
space
like-
whales being a thing?
So I have a direct connection with this because of like Futurama has that specific like episode where it goes right into that. So I even knew the Futurama before this. So for me, that boosts it up, I guess.
Fair enough.
That's personal preference, though. Either way, we're going to the countdown, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, everybody. And Richard, we'll go ahead and start with you again.
I don't know if you'll accept this or not. I said San Francisco Aquarium.
And Andrea.
I said the same thing. San Francisco Aquarium.
I don't think we can accept that. We were looking for the Cetacean Institute. That's the specific place that they're at.
Okay.
All right. So with that, we're still tied 2-2. Let's go into question 8. Question 8 is in the category of that universe or that world where they had a lot of different ages where different versions of races took over, or what they call Middle Earth. It's in the category of Middle Earth. And your question. What is the final riddle Bilbo asks Gollum in his cave under the Misty Mountains in The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey? Medea, you ever been caught in a cave with a creature that likes to eat fish raw?
By law, I'm not allowed to talk about it, but, you know, who hasn't?
I'm technically a creature that likes to eat fish raw because I like sushi.
Stupid fat hobbits are my precious. Stupid fat hostesses.
You know, one of my favorite
That's actually quite good.
Pretty
That's
good.
really
One of my
good.
favorite skits in SNL for the last 10 years is when they do The Office Middle Earth with Martin Freeman. And
Oh my!
My favorite. Have you guys ever seen the MTV Gollum movie awards when he accepts the award?
yes,
Oh
I
yeah.
have. It's been a while, but yes, I
Yeah.
have seen that. But reminiscing about things we used to watch in the past aside, we'll go ahead into the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Andrew, we go to you.
What do I have in my pocket?
And Richard.
I said, "What's in my pocket?"
We'll accept both.
Yeah,
It's
take it.
virtually the same thing. It's technically what have I got in my pocket, but you guys have the part, which is what is in my pocket. So with that, Richard and Andrea get on the board again, and we have a tie 3-3 as we go into question 9.
Which is in the category of mixed bag, which means anything. In Spawn, who plays Jason Wynn, the man who was Spawn's superior before he set his body on fire and became an arms dealer that kidnapped Spawn's family? Which is such a plot line
Mm-hmm.
in itself.
I wanted to make sure that everybody knew exactly the through line of
Everyone
what
knows
it is that
exactly.
the Spawn question entailed. Really looking forward to when they redo Spawn.
I like Spawn the way it is. They don't need to
I was
redo it.
gonna say, I like the original.
I mean, John Leguizamo really ate, pizza with maggots on it. So kudos to him for committing to the bit.
That guy's been through so much in his career. He had to do the Super Mario Brothers movie. He had pizza with maggots on it. What's next?
I don't hate the Super Mario Brothers movie. I know people do. It's
Super
not- I
Mario
mean,
Brothers movie is my guilty pleasure. I got to be honest. Actually,
No, my guilty pleasure is still Howard the Duck, but that's a different thing.
That's a pretty good guilty pleasure too. I agree, Mr. Carefree. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and Richard, we go to you.
I believe it's Charlie Sheen's daddy, Martin Sheen.
And Andrea.
Nope, I haven't watched that movie yet. But I will.
Richard is correct. It is Charlie and Emilio's daddy, Martin Sheen. So with that, he jumps out in the lead 4-3 as we get into your 10th, and in this case, going to be the final question for the round, which is going to be in the category of movie quote. And your question: which Star Wars actor says the following line? You've taken your first step into a larger world. And to reiterate, quote, you've taken your first step into a larger world, unquote.
Taking your first step into a larger
Tension is
world.
palpable.
I use this line for friend of the show. I'm just putting friend of the show in there, friend of the fan leagues, Amaru Moses, because he got to go up to the big leagues while we're all kind of just floundering here in the fan league.
In the lower tiers.
Not even the minor leagues were like below that, but it's okay.
Where the minor leagues throw. Yeah.
As I've said, I don't mind being a leper sometimes. Sometimes it's fun on the outskirts, you know?
I have no idea.
But with that, we'll go to our countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Andrea.
Alec Guinness.
And Mr. Carefree.
Oh, I say Carrie Fisher. I had no idea.
Andrea is correct. That was Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan Kenobi. So with that, she ties it up to end our round 1. And in this case, Madi, we have a tied score of 4-4. Your thoughts?
I mean, they definitely did get a lot of the good questions. The Iron Man question was a tough one, so they have missed a couple of them. But it'll be interesting to see how they go in the next round, especially with the way that the next round is set up. Little hint that they were talking about it in the pre-show, so
Yep.
I'm sure they're both excited to get on this.
We all know round 2, which is that crazy, crazy round we're going to get into, which I dubbed the category/betting round. So this is the rules. We have 3 different versions of geek categories corresponding to letters A, B, and C. Whoever is in the lead, you're both tied, so I'll make a decision about who's going to make the choice. Is going to choose one of the letters and hear the category for which 3 questions will be asked. If the person who's choosing would like another option, they can choose one of the other letters, but whatever choice they make the second time will be locked in. Once that category is conveyed, each player will write down a wager of points from 0 to 5. Everybody only has 4 points, so you can't bet more than you have, indicating that what they are betting, and they're going to show us. And again, you can't bet more than you have. If either or both of the contestants get 3 out of 3 questions right, then you gain the points that you bet. If you get 2 out of 3 questions right, then you retain the points. Anything less than 2 correct, you lose the points that you bet. So it's very much a strategic round, depending on how confident you feel in the category. Since you're both going to be getting the same questions, it is still a whiteboard pen and paper round. So 15 seconds to write the answer down, show it, and verbalize it. And again, hands on screen at all times, no stealing. So with that, as I mentioned, Medea, we have a tie 4-4. So here's what I'm going to do to pick who gets to choose who gets to pick the letter. I'm going to be thinking of a number between 1 and 20. Richard, you get to choose what number I might be thinking of first.
11.
And Andrea.
7.
The number I was thinking of was 13. So Richard, you are closer. So you're going to get the choice between categories A, B, or C. Which letter would you prefer?
Let's start with B.
All right, B is in the category of the worlds of DC. Would you like to keep the worlds of DC, or would you like to throw it back and choose either A or C?
I will keep it.
Okay, we're going to keep it. So we're going to keep category B, which is the worlds of DC. So Andrea and Richard, please lay down your bets, in this case, from anywhere between 0 and 4. I'll give you a few seconds. We'll vamp a little bit, and then we'll ask you to display what your bets are going to be. So Medea, we got a close match here. What do you think the competitors are thinking about as part of this championship round, about what it is they want to bet?
I mean, they got to be thinking about how much they think they know about the DC universe and the movies that fall into it. DC has made a lot of movies over the course of its, what?
This is the world of DC, correct? Not
Worlds of DC, yes.
Okay.
So,
Yes, not the whole DC, not the 34 movies of DC lore, but the 9 DC movies. The worlds of
it
DC.
is, yeah, so it's the 9 DC movies that fall into this, but it's still...
The way he was
quite a
saying
lot
is
of those
like...
9 movies.
No, don't let him twist your judgment of what it is that you would like to bet.
Okay.
I'm here just to throw a wrench in everyone's plan. Like that's
Everybody needs to have someone to throw in a monkey wrench. And if you don't have that person, find them right away. But with that, I think we've given them enough time. So we'll get the countdown for bets. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Richard, what is your bet?
I put 2 points.
2 points. And Andrea, what is your bet?
1.
1 point. Okay. So not huge swings that could happen. I guess it depends on how they answer the question. So, Medea, would you like to do the... Well, you know what? I'll do the odds. So you go ahead and do the even question here for this round. What do you think? All right. So I will go ahead and get started. So first of 3 questions, Andrea and Richard, in the category of Worlds of DC. What is the name of the owner of the Taiwanese restaurant that takes Harley in after her breakup with the Joker in Birds of Prey?
Oh, missed 1 question already. Great. Okay, cool. Fucking Birds of Prey.
I'm loving
the
Yep. This is the Worlds of DC movie I know the least about, so I like to ask as many questions about it as possible.
I love the...
Gonna get a repeat.
Yep. Andrea, that's going to be your first repeat. So again, your first question here in this round in the Worlds of DC. What is the name of the owner of the Taiwanese restaurant that takes Harley in after her breakup with the Joker in Birds of Prey?
Richard right now is thinking, maybe I should have been studying since January.
I mean, I have a match coming up, and I'm blitz studying like crazy over the last 2 days.
I always do the thing where it's like 20 minutes before, I'll just Google random movie facts and then hope for one.
Does your mind work like mine, where I think about all the movies and then there's like some nitpicky thing that I can't remember, and I'm like, I have to remember what that stupid thing is that I can't pull from my brain.
It's always that one small thing that you're just like, son of a bitch.
Exactly. That's how I feel. I hope the competitors don't feel the same way. I hope they have the right answer as we get into the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, competitors. We'll start with Mr. Carefree.
I said Mr. Lee. Why not?
And Andrea.
Mr. Cho.
Unfortunately, both incorrect. We were looking for Doc. Doc is his name. So with that, nobody's going to gain any points. So right now, it's a war of attrition. We make sure that the competitors don't lose the points they bet. Madi, we're going to go into the second question.
Let's find out if these guys are able to keep their points up or if they're going to lose them. So, continuing in the category of Worlds of DC, who shows up along with Shazam to eat lunch with Freddy in the movie Shazam? That was just a delightful movie.
I really very much enjoy it. I've only watched it a few times, but I very much enjoy it.
It was one of those movies that a lot of people didn't like what the DCEU was doing. I was like, you gotta watch Shazam. Like, it's a.
But I'm a Chuck head, so Zachary Levi can do no wrong with me.
Yeah. I love Chuck. Sorry.
I bought the whole DVD set for $50 on Black Friday once. I was like, oh my God, you can buy these for $10 a piece? Let's go, everybody. Let's go.
I'm still concerned that you guys are called Chuck heads.
No, I don't know, like Chuckies. I don't know if there's a name for it.
That might
Either
be
way.
Nerd herders.
Nerf herders, yeah. Nerd herders, yeah.
Nerd herders.
That's exactly right. That's what we would be called, the nerd herd. Either way, NBC shows from the 2000s aside. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Andrea.
Superman.
And Richard.
Superman.
That's exactly correct. Superman. I was told the rumor is that Henry Cavill lost his Superman role because he refused to be in this cameo of Shazam. That's just what the internet says. Either way, both competitors are correct. So we have a critical third question for them to either retain their points or lose their points as we get into the final question of this round, question 3, to lighten ourselves from the burden of the Worlds of DC. Quite simply, everyone, who composed the score for Wonder Woman? Kind of a fan of this composer. I kind of like them.
Yeah, they've done some pretty good work. I thought the No Man's Land theme was absolutely brilliant and stunning.
Done good work in this one, did good work in other things that I'm not going to mention for the sake of not giving it away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll get to it after there.
We'll get to it. Yeah. Hopefully everybody's been brushing up on their composers. I know I have not. But we'll go ahead into our countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, everyone. Richard, to retain your points, what is your response?
I'm probably going to lose 2 points. I said Hans Zimmer.
And Andrea.
I also said Hans Zimmer.
Well, we got points lost all around because the answer we were looking for is Rupert Gregson Williams, who also did the score for
now it is 2-1.
So now, with that, as Richard is basically narrating, Andrea loses 1 point, Richard loses 2 points. So with that, Andrea now has the lead 3-2 as we get into our third round, which is a little bit of a departure, but again, this is a champion.
Sorry, real quick. What was the answer to the?
Rupert Gregson Williams.
Okay, you picked the one I don't know. Right.
Yeah, he's the one, but he's the one who's actually done multiple scores in the universe.
Yeah.
But with that, Andrea having the lead 3-2. This is going to be our different-ish round. We haven't done this round yet, but we're going to incorporate it here for the championship. This is what I refer to as the deep cut round, or the questions that are infinitely harder than the other questions we've already had round. I'm going to bring out a wheel. It's going to have 6 different categories on it in the realm of geekdom. We're going to spin the wheel. It's going to land on one of the categories. Whoever is in the lead, in this case it's Andrea, will decide if they want to keep that category or spin again. If Andrea decides to spin again, whatever it lands on the second time, that's what will be chosen for the questions in this round. There's going to be 3 deep cut questions asked to each competitor. And again, everybody's going to get the same question. So we're going to do whiteboard / pen and paper. 15 seconds, write your answer down, show and verbalize it. If a competitor gets an answer correct, they're going to get 2 points. If they miss, they're going to lose a point, assuming that they have points to spare, of course. If a competitor doesn't have any points before the 3 questions are finished, then if they answer the next question correctly, it's just the opportunity to potentially re-earn the chance to gain points.
Okay.
So does everybody understand the rules of round 3?
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel. I just have it on here. I'm going to do a quick prime. This is not the actual spin. Hold on. It says vehicles, weapons, tech, and whatever. So, Andrea, this is going to be the first spin, all right?
Okay.
So it's spinning, and it lands on MCU. Would you like to keep MCU for deep cut questions, or would you like to spin again?
Spin again.
All right. And we spin again, and it lands on Middle Earth. All right, so we're going to get 3 deep cut questions in the realm of Middle Earth. So, Madi, why don't you go ahead and take the odds here? I will take the even question for Middle Earth.
So, starting off the 3rd round, our first deep cut question in Middle Earth. Where does Azog send Bold to summon their 2nd army in the Hobbit Battle of the 5 Armies?
Could I get the technical repeat? Because Madi was cutting off on my end.
Okay, for sure. Where does Azog send Bold to summon their 2nd army in the Hobbit Battle of the 5 Armies?
I am not a fan. I just have to say that out loud. Not a fan of this movie.
This is the only movie I think in the 6 that I didn't enjoy.
Wow, this is the only one in the 6 you didn't like?
Yeah, honestly, like I didn't love the other Hobbit movies, but I didn't hate them. I did enjoy them for what they were. I saw what they were doing with it. But then this
That's
came
fair.
out.
I mean, it's the one I actively hate. I guess the other ones I
Put up with.
I put up with and I don't think about very often. So I guess that's something. Either way, hopefully our competitors have some answers here. We will go into our countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to start with Andrea this time.
Was it Dol Guldur?
And Richard.
I said Bree.
The answer we're looking for is Mount Gundabad. So with that,
Oh yeah, the Gundabad orcs.
Yep. So with that, Andrew goes down to 2, Richard goes down to 1, as we get into our second deep cut question in the realm of Middle Earth. What is the name of the river the Fellowship travels on prior to their fight with the Uruk-hai and their split in Fellowship of the Ring?
How do you rank the Lord of the Rings movies? Like,
Oh God, I jump them all the time. Return of the King, I think goes backwards order for me. King, Towers, Fellowship, but Fellowship jumps all the time for me. So
yeah,
I don't know.
For me, I think I haven't done it. I'm doing a rewatch in like a week or so, probably. And right now I'm 2 Towers, King, Fellowship.
Fair.
I feel like after this next week, yeah,
It could turn. There's a lot of good stuff in each of them. It just depends on how high your highs are within the things you like and how low are your lows with the parts that you might find boring. When there are boring parts. I love Lord of the Rings, but there are boring parts.
There are some boring parts. But, yeah.
So with that, yep. You just have to accept it. Either way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Richard, what is your response?
Blinkboard.
And Andrea.
Was it the River Branduin?
You're very, very close. You added a few additional letters. Unfortunately, it's Anduin.
Oh.
Is the river. I think you put in like brandy wine with
Brandy
it.
wine
Like connected.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, we have a barn burner on our hands. We have 1-0 as we go into the last round. So Richard with 0 points. Unfortunately, you can't gain any points. by answering this. You also can't lose any points, I guess. So I know that kind of reduces your incentive, but we'll say for stats purposes, that's what we're looking at. So we'll get into our third question, Madi.
So the final question of the deep cut round. On what level of Minas Tirith is the Citadel situated that houses the Steward's throne room as seen in Return of the
I still get, like not tears in my eyes, but I still get, energized when, Gandalf comes in with Pippin and they're riding up. I'm like, man, Minas Tirith looks like a kick-ass place.
It was my favorite. The behind the scenes stuff behind everything.
It's pretty freaking sweet. I'm not gonna hate on Minas Tirith. It does get the shit kicked out of it, but at least they rebuild. And that's important. We'll get into our countdown here, ladies and gents. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Andrew, we start with you.
It's on the 7th level.
And Richard.
I said 10th.
Andrea is correct. It is the 7th level. So with that, she gains 2 points. So she is going to have a 3-point lead going into our 4th and final round. Madi, your thoughts?
I mean, it's a gamble. It paid off. This round is tough. I mean, these questions are no joke. But, anything can change in the 4th round. Like, this is the final round coming up. So we'll find out who the champion is very soon.
Yep, this is the 4th round. This is the championship round. It is very similar to every other championship or final round with a match. It is the random number category round. Each competitor is going to pick 3 numbers from 1 to 12. Each number is going to correlate to a category with a question in that category. Depending on if they select the number 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, the question will correspond to a 2, 3, or 5-point question, respectively. Since our participants will be getting different categories, no need to write down the answer. Just verbalize it within the 15 seconds as provided. Please keep your hands on screen at all times. Whoever's in the lead after this 3rd round, which in this case would be Andrea, and after the 4th round in this case, will be declared the winner, and they will be the champion. Whoever's in the lead after the 3rd round, which is Andrea, will be able to give their numbers first. So Andrea, you have the choice to pick your 3 numbers first. Again, you can choose between 1 and 12.
3, 6, and 9.
Nice.
Damn.
All divisible by 3. That's awesome. And Richard, your 3 numbers that are not 3, 6, and 9.
Be 2, 7, 11.
Okay. So, Madi, would you like to give Andrea or Richard their questions?
You know what? Just because Andrea picked 6 and 9, that's combined to make my favorite number, I'm going to go with Andrea.
All right. So I will go ahead and I will give Richard his questions. Richard, since you are down by 3, we're going to go ahead and start with you. Your first number was the number 2. So your 2-point question is in the category of a category we just finished, Middle Earth.
Okay.
What is the name of the elven sword Gandalf finds and uses as his own from the Troll's Cave in The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey?
Wait, what?
I'll give you a technical repeat in this case.
Yeah.
What is the name of the elven sword Gandalf finds and uses as his own from the Troll's Cave in The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey?
And this is a 2-pointer? This is bullshit. Okay, name of the sword. Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey.
And Richard, do you remember you still have all 3 repeats?
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to get this. I'm just going to see if I can think of the name.
4, 3, 2,
Sting.
1.
No.
Sting is the name of a sword, but the answer you're looking for is Glamdring.
Okay.
All right, so Richard goes ahead and misses that particular question. So his 3-pointer to tie the game, send it back to Andrea, is in the number 7, which is also a category we spent a number of questions on. The Worlds of DC. So, Richard, your 3-pointer in the worlds of DC. At the beginning of Aquaman, Arthur and his father are having a beer in a bar when they are approached by some bikers. What do the bikers want from Arthur?
To take a picture with their phone. Take it.
Is that
take
your
a
final
picture.
answer?
Yeah, take a picture with their phone. Yeah, to have a picture with them.
That is correct. For 3 points, Richard goes ahead and ties Andrea. So we're going to go ahead and shift it back to Andrea since she has more questions. Somebody go ahead and ask Andrea her 2-pointer.
So, Andrew, if you're a 2-pointer, you chose the number 3, which is in the category of mixed bag. What is the name of the city-state that acts as the setting for both Judge Dredd movies?
San Francisco.
Sorry, you said San Francisco?
Yep.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. The answer you're looking for is Mega City 1.
All right, so we're going to keep with Andrea since she, again, still has more questions for her 3-pointer.
So going on to your 3-point question, you chose category number 6. This is in the category of Star Wars. So, again, a category we spent a lot of time today. What is the name of Jabba the Hutt's son that Anakin and Ahsoka
Hold on.
bring
Midi,
back?
wrong question. We're going to the 3-pointers. They're down in the list.
All right, never mind. Which still does correlate to this category of Star Wars. What is the name of Dryden Voss's ship from Solo, a Star Wars movie or Star Wars story? Looking for the name of his ship.
And Andrea, just remember you still have 2 repeats. Tensions are building as we get further along in this particular match. But Andrea, I'm going to have to give you a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Slave 1.
1.
Slave 1 is incorrect. That's Boba Fett's ship. Dryden Voss's ship is called the First Light.
All right. So with that, we're going to go ahead and bounce it back to Richard since he was not leading and since Andrea already was asked 2 questions. So, Richard, we're going to go ahead and get into your 5-point question. You chose the number 11. 11 is in the category of another universe that takes place within the stars.
Oh boy.
At the beginning of Star Trek First Contact, where is the Federation outpost that Picard is told has been attacked by a Borg cube on its way to Earth?
And just a reminder,
I'm sorry. Can I get a technical repeat? Because I was getting like the sounds of the freeway.
No, you're good. Okay. We'll give you a technical repeat. So, Richard, again, your question in the category of Star Trek. At the beginning of Star Trek First Contact, where is the Federation outpost that Picard was told has been attacked by a Borg cube on its way to Earth?
God, it's been forever since I've seen this. Outpost.
Me too. I'm in the same boat. Fortunately, I'm not the one could be.
Yeah.
Gonna give you countdown. 5.
I'm gonna say Deep Space 7.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. We were looking for Ivor Prime.
Yeah.
Ivor Prime is that section. So with that, we get into a situation here. Andrea has her 5-point question. If Andrea goes ahead and hits it, then she'll be named the champion, the first ever Titan Geek champion. If she doesn't hit it, then we're going to go into sudden death, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody go ahead and ask Andrea her question.
So no pressure, Andrea. This means nothing.
Yeah.
Just as what I'm saying. So, for your 5-pointer, you chose category number 9, which corresponds to the category of movie taglines.
Okay.
What Batman movie features the following tagline? The Dark Knight fights to save Gotham City from its deadliest enemy.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and give you your countdown. 5, 4.
Repeat.
All right, that's
Using a
Andrea's
repeat.
second repeat.
What Batman movie features the following tagline? The Dark Knight fights to save Gotham City from its deadliest enemy.
Can I have her hands on screen? I'm not saying
Yeah,
assuming
Andrew,
it's
can you have your
fitting.
hands on screen? Okay. Good. All right, Andrew, we're gonna have to give you another countdown. 5, 4.
Repeat.
All right, that is your final repeat for the match.
We're 15 seconds away from finding out if Andrea gets this or not. What Batman movie features the following tagline? The Dark Knight fights to save Gotham City from its deadliest enemy.
Tension's palpable. I have to say it. Very
It's-
palpable.
I'm at the edge of my seat. Except
Well-
I'm in my bed, so I'm just...
Well, you're at the edge of your bed. Hopefully, Andrea's at the edge of an answer. As we get into our countdown here, Andrea, 5, 4.
The Dark Knight Rises.
The answer we're
Ladies
looking
and gentlemen, we're going to sudden death.
was Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
We're going to sudden death, everybody. So hold on to your hats, hold on to your butts, as Samuel L. Jackson once said.
Andrea, I will say that movie has been the bane of my whole geek. Every match, that movie is the reason why I lose matches. I feel your pain on that one.
That's
I
fair.
love the Bane pun in a Batman joke.
It's
absolutely
true.
phenomenal.
It's pretty good, Richard. All right, everybody. So we're going to sudden death. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead. Hunter, you want to come in real quick? Go ahead. And before we go to sudden death, you want to talk to your client? Go ahead.
My heart was racing for that one. Andrea, you are doing great. Just take your time. We're in a sudden death. Think the question over. And if you need to, will she get an extra repeat for sudden death?
Yeah, everybody will get an extra repeat.
I have all my repeats. No, I'm going to say bullshit. The reason why I didn't use my repeats.
No, all right, Richard. You know what? We'll
I'm
let you
kidding.
keep your repeats, and we'll give her an extra one. How about
Fine.
that?
That's fine.
So, yes,
It's not-
if you
that is
need
bullshit.
to, use the repeat. Think it over. You got this. Bring the title home. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
No, I was just kidding.
No, you know what? I'm still gonna do it. You're fair. It's a fair point. I'm still gonna
Why
allow
not?
it. I'm the one who's running this match. I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going into sudden death. This is regular sudden death as you would experience it anywhere in the Schmodown or any other movie trivia landscape. We are going to do whiteboards, pen and paper again. I will just start rattling off questions one at a time. I'm not going to give you a category. It is going to be similar to round one. Ask the question to both of you. 15 seconds to write it down. Show it and verbalize it. Whoever is the first person to answer the question while their opponent does not answer it correctly will win the match and be the champion. As I mentioned, as was kind of iterated as we got into this, Richard didn't use any of his repeats, so I'm going to let him keep all his, but I'm going to give Andrea an additional one since we are in sudden death. So does anybody have any questions before we begin? Andrea, do you have any questions before we get started?
No, let's do it.
And Richard, do you have any questions before you start answering in this round for potentially an
Yeah,
interview?
I'm ready to go. Andrea, good luck. This will be fun.
Okay. So, Medea, I'm just going to answer these questions.
Let's go have some
Or
fun.
I'm just going to ask
Go
these
for it. I
particular
don't
questions.
even know where you're pulling the questions from. So I'm just
That's
gonna let you
exactly
go.
it. That's why I'm going to do it. So, Andrea and Richard, your first question. From where does Ultron try to steal the regeneration cradle before the Avengers foil his plan in Avengers Age of Ultron? Looking for a city, just to be clear. Or, sorry, looking for a country, just to be clear.
Yeah, there we go. Do, do, do,
I know.
do, do,
Makes me
do.
want to start throwing out some theme music here for sure.
Except we'll get demonetized real quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, everybody's making so much on this for sure.
All 3 cents will just get taken away from us.
No doubt. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and start the countdown, ladies and gents. 5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Okay. Richard, that is your first repeat. So again, from where does Ultron try to steal the regeneration cradle before the Avengers foil his plan in Avengers Age of Ultron?
Oh, you might win this. It's 50-50 for me. Crap.
50-50 is still a decent percentage.
Yeah.
Got me through high school, so I'm good with that.
Did it? True and false. I guess if all your tests were true or false, that's probably a good point.
Yeah, I did.
Pass
Well,
fail.
at the beginning, they're true and false.
Nice.
Grade 6
Like
was
it.
so easy.
That's fair. I do enjoy true and false. We did a true or false, or we did like a quiz in work, and there's 3 true or false questions. I got 2 wrong, so I was like, wow, I'm a math anomaly in this one. I should have at least gotten 2 right, if not all of them, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is. Math swings one way or the other. We'll go to the countdown. 5, 4,
Damn it.
3,
Screwed.
2, 1. Pens down. Andrew, we go to you.
I'm not sure of this. Belgium.
And Richard.
Is it China?
Ooh.
Geographically
Both.
close.
Japan?
Richard's closer, but the
Is
answer
Japan?
is South Korea.
South Korea.
South Korea.
Oh,
Okay. I was between China and Japan. I couldn't remember. I was like, crap.
As long as you didn't put North Korea, we're okay.
Exactly.
The Avengers haven't gone there.
I honestly wasn't thinking South Korea because the only thing I think it was Black Panther because South Korea. That was.
Oh yeah, they go there.
All right. So sudden death keeps chugging along. Andrea, Richard, your next question. What character from Deadpool says the following? Quote, "Guy came in here looking for you. Real Grim Reaper type. I don't know. Might further the plot." Unquote. I like the way I read that. I thought it was very clear and distinct.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Very distinct.
Oh my.
Just want to make sure every word. It's kind of like when you solve a
My pen's
puzzle
running
in
out.
Wheel of Fortune. You got to be very
Gotta be
enunciative
very-
with what it is you say. Otherwise, they'll ding you.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go ahead into our countdown here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Richard, we'll start with you.
Weasel.
And Andrea.
Jubilee.
And your winner, Mr. Carefree Richard Schwartz. The answer was Weasel. Oh my gosh, we had to go all the way to sudden death 2 questions in, but we have a champion here in Titan Geek. It is Mr. Carefree Richard Schwartz. Whoa, Madi, your thoughts on this match, man, as we give a little bit of a moratorium as we recap what happened.
I am waiting for my heart to stop beating so fast, otherwise I might have to call a paramedic. But that was intense. I mean, going from the beginning, they both had pretty good first opening rounds. The second round, the betting round, was difficult for both teams. Third round, even more so, and then the fourth round, having it end up in a tie, just go to sudden death. What a match this was, and what a worthy championship match. And it will go down in the annals of history of the Titan Trivia League.
I have to say, it wasn't necessarily a barn burner per se, but you have to give Richard a lot of credit. He was down, tied, and then he was down for 2 rounds there, and then he came back clutch, answered that round 4 question, got the sudden death. So well earned victory. We're gonna go ahead and go into our interviews here. We'll start with the second place finisher for tonight. As I always like to mention, there are no losers here. If you decide to compete in movie trivia in any respect, you are not a loser. You're just the person who did not come out on top in this particular occasion. So, Andrea the Assassin, Hunter Chambliss, let me know your thoughts, Andrea. You were right there, had a couple questions that just didn't go your way. That last question kind of tripped you up. What are your feelings? Do you feel a little heartbroken? Do you feel like you're right there and you get a chance, you can come back and do it again? What's going on in your mind?
I think he's muted.
Yeah, Andrea, I think you're muted.
Okay, I just missed by this much.
You did.
I just need a little more studying in those categories and I would have won it. So I'm not really that disappointed. Bringing him to 2 questions in sudden death is really something that I could definitely build on. My studying has been paying off a little bit, but it's not yet there. But I will get there, and I will get that championship one way or another. Definitely.
I mean, we're talking about a league that has 230 movies in it, so I mean, there's a lot to study, so I can understand. Hunter, as the manager, how are you feeling about your competitor? We saw in the private chat you had lots of encouraging words. You came in before the sudden death. How are you feeling about how the assassin did tonight?
She did amazing. And when you look at the composure that she had all the way through this match, even when she was down, she never lost composure. And that's the one thing that I always teach my clients. Always stay focused. Because if you do that, you have a clear mind going in there. I'm super proud of Andrea. She went into sudden death with a great competitor like Richard. And yeah, I couldn't be more proud of her at this point. And we are going to get back into the ring. We're going to study more, be more prepared for next time. But yeah, she's going to kill it next time.
What are, just to kind of wrap this up on your end, do we go back to the drawing board in terms of the studying? Is there anybody particular in the league that you would like to challenge leading back to the championship? What are your thoughts as we get to the wrap up here soon of this Geek match in Titan Mania?
Well, going on the back to the drawing board, no, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep studying. We're going to keep rapid fire seeing questions because that's the way we get better. We don't change our strategy for one loss. We keep going. And if something doesn't work after a while, you have to make small changes, but you don't go so drastic with it. What we're doing is working. So, and Andrea, is there anyone that you would like to assassinate next?
You know what? I don't care. Whoever it is, bring it on.
There we go.
There we go.
Andrea, we appreciate you showing up here tonight. You put on a hell of a performance. We're looking forward to having you compete in the Titan Geek League soon, and hopefully you get a chance to again compete for that belt. We're going to go ahead and move to the other locker room. So go ahead and perform this particular interview with the champion here in Titan Geek, Mr. Carefree, Richard Schwartz. Richard, you got to show out here. You got to prove your knowledge in the geek realm. What are your thoughts and feelings coming off this match?
That if Andrea would have gotten her strength in any of round 3, I would have been done. I need to study. Like, it was just, I got lucky. Andrea could have easily beat me. She probably, I was expecting for the sudden death, it's going to be a Star Wars or Star Trek. It's like, please not. It's going to be one of those two. But luckily it wasn't. But, she played a hell of a game. I definitely know where my weaknesses are. I need to go back to those films, even though I don't want to, but I need to. I had fun. I look forward to defending this belt, whoever will be the next opponent. And next time, when I face whoever I face, I will be much more prepared. So it'll be a lot harder than this match was.
Speaking of next opponents and preparation, what do you do to make sure that you stay on top and you keep your eye on the tiger, eye focused on retaining this particular belt?
I'll need to be studying 2 specific of my weaknesses again. I don't want to go back to these 2. I might have to. Because one of these franchises has, like, all their movies are extended cuts that I have, and I don't want to watch the extended cuts.
Yeah, it just so happened that the wheels and the categories and the numbers chosen just really focused on a particular subset, really, until we got into the...
I also need to
round.
practice. I'm still not used to the round 2 where, you have to answer 2 out of 3, which is kind of hard. Especially where, like, I've only done this twice so far in both our matches. And it's usually one question's easy and the other 2 are really hard.
Yep, that's how I felt about it every time I've competed in it. So I understand exactly where you're coming from, Richard. Any lasting thoughts you want to say as the champion here from Titan Mania 2, as the Titan Geek master of ceremonies or whatever?
Whoever wants to take on me, I will defend this belt and I will win. But in the carefree attitude way. Wink, wink, thumbs up. Give me my muffin. Thank you, Giraffe. Woo!
We all could use an available muffin. So with that, we'll go ahead and we'll do a wrap up. We'll go ahead and go around the table. Before we do that, though, Madi, any final thoughts you have on this particular match?
I mean, what a match this was. I mean, I'm really excited to see where Andrea goes and like how she tries to get back to this kind of championship level. So we'll have to see how that goes. And then also, I want to see how Richard defends his belt. I mean, Richard's been a champion before. And I want to see how he does on his own this time as a defending champ. So,
well, this time I'm not going to be accused of cheating because I don't have a partner who gets accused of cheating.
Yes. We'll leave all that in the past. But with that, we'll go ahead and round the horn, everybody, before we sign off here tonight. So, Hunter, where can the good people find you? Anything you want to promote?
Yes, over there at Nerd Entertainment Network, where we have the Movie Trivia Challenge and the Nerd Division. And this man over here is going to be in the main event of Movie Mayhem, going for the MTC Heavyweight Championship of the World. So tune in for that one.
Who? Some idiot? Oh, this guy. Yeah, some idiot.
That idiot.
This idiot. Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, thank you, Hunter. Andrea, where can the good people find you? Anything you would like to promote?
Just catch me in the fan leagues, and also